I'm Dr. Heather Nelson, and today I'm going to give you 3 easy exercises if your voice is just shot, especially if you've been talking in a mask all day, which I mentioned in a previous video can be really exhausting. If you've used your voice in a heavy way all day today, your voice can get a little overly tired. And so these are some things you can do to help it recover and to feel a little bit better. The first one, you're not gonna like it, sorry, but the first one is just to be quiet, to be silent for a little bit and let those muscles rest. Your voice is a muscle system, and so if you consider that it's coming into contact sometimes hundreds of thousands or even up to 2 million times in the course of a teaching day, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of contact. If you think about maybe if you were to tap your arm even gently 2 million times over the course of a day, your arm's not going to feel very good at the end of that. Or if you were to take 2 million steps, your legs would be absolute jelly after that, if you could move at all. And so the same thing with your voice. We tend to assume that our voices can just go and go and go and go, and they really can't. We need to give those muscles time to rest, to relax, and to rebuild. Because after all of that contact, all of that work, the muscles can break down a little bit. And just like every muscle in your body needs to rebuild after being worked, our voices are the same way. So tip number 1, be quiet. If you can, at least give yourself some vocal naps during the day where you are not speaking for a while and just giving yourself a little bit of chance to recover, and then some longer periods after the end of your day. The next thing is to use SOVTs. SOVTs are kind of all the rage in voice teaching right now. If you haven't taken voice lessons in a while, you might not know what they are, but that stands for semi-occluded vocal tract exercises. And all that means is that we partially close off the vocal tract, and a little bit of science here. What that does is that creates a little bit of back pressure in the vocal tract, and that causes the muscles to relax and the vocal folds to come together cleanly, and it make them just feel a little bit better. So one of my favorite things is to use a straw. I've got straws all over the place, and I use straws in multiple ways. The first way is just to sing through it. You can do some slides like I just did, or you can sing the tune to a familiar song and just, do that for a while. Another way to actually increase the effectiveness is to take your straw and put it inside a little bit of liquid. And I emphasize a little bit of liquid. You don't want too much of this. Otherwise, you're going to end up wearing whatever you've got in your cup. And so you just stick the straw in and you do the same thing. And that water, it adds a little bit of extra pressure, and so that can increase the benefit of that particular exercise. Plus, it's fun. I mean, I don't know about you, but I was always told I couldn't blow bubbles in my drink when I was growing up, and now I get to do it as my job. That's pretty fun. The third thing is some easy vocal slides. This is more of a cool down type exercise. This is something I would do at the end of my teaching day, or sometimes maybe in the middle, just to kind of get it to feeling good again. And just just kind of sliding up and down. Drawing circles with your voice is another way to think about it. And you're just gently phonating through the middle part of your range. I wouldn't go to the extremes very much, but just phonating, making little circles or little slides or hills with your voice in the middle part of your range. That can help the voice just to kind of cool down. Think of it almost like stretching after an exercise session. You give those muscles a chance to kind of stretch and relax and stretch and relax, and that can feel pretty good for the voice. And so these 3 things, silence, SOVTs, using the straw especially, and some vocal slides. Those are 3 things that can be a little bit of vocal first aid if you've just had a long teaching day and need your voice to feel better. If you have any questions or any other ideas, put them in the comments or send me a message. I would love to hear from you. I hope you have a wonderful day of teaching.